Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. I'm sitting here with Mark again, and we're coming up to the smoky ones.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. Again, it's our heritage and our history, the Morvin.
Mm-hmm. Morvin, where does the name come from?
It's the highest peak in Caithness. The Caithness is flat as a pancake. It's Europe's largest peat bog. It's just had World UNESCO Heritage status for its flora and fauna. So this is a nod to our heritage and our history, because we would have used peat as the original source for the original distillery, for the heat and for the production in 1821. Mm-hmm. So it's a nice nod to where Wolfburn first started, over 200 years.
It is 46er again.
Yeah, 46% for this one. Mm-hmm. What we've done for about 2 or 3 months of the year, depending on cycle, we do a lightly peated malt. We buy in our peated malt, just 10 ppm.
10?
Yeah, okay. Only 10, only lightly peated. And the Morvin is 50% first fill bourbon casks and 50% second fill ex-Isla casks as well.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. So you got peat from both sides, regular malt and also through the cask.
Exactly. So again, it gives it a little depth, a wee bit more resonance than you think. But it works.
But the peat is from around your area, or is that like down from the south?
We ask for our maltings to source peat from Scotland, but sometimes we go south of the border to Muntons in North Yorkshire. Okay. So we leave them to do their expertise to give us the peated malt. We want the highest yield, obviously, to make the most whiskey that we can. We're a business, we have to make money. Let's not shy away from that. But in years gone by, that would have been the peat from the local area. Okay. But whether or not that's farmed and goes to all the peating houses, all the malting houses in Scotland and further south, we let them do their expertise, and we do the rest.
Okay.
The Morvin, absolutely stunning. And Morvin is a beautiful girl's name in Scotland as well.
So how tall is the peak?
It's not a Munro, so it rises to about just over 700 metres.
700 metres?
It is climbable, but you can see the majority. You can see I don't even want to call it a mountain because it's not. It's a corbett, which is like a range of hills, shall we say? But you can see it from the majority of the country, and because this is our lightly peated, it's a nod to where we came from, which is a really nice way to do it.
So lightly peated, like 10 or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have a dark bottle.
Yeah, dark green. So the good thing about Wolfburn, usually rule of thumb, if it comes in a dark green bottle, it would indicate that the spirit is peated. So again, it's about recognition. 9 times out of 10, if it's a dark green bottle, it's a peated spirit. That's a nice way to do it. A genie.
Nice.
Again, natural colour. Non-chill filtered, that's what we do. Traditional whiskey making, we don't play about with the spirit. We don't add anything to it or take it away. And this is something different. Lightly peated.
Ooh, lightly.
Yeah. But again, remember, peated spirit, half in peated casks as well, so you get that rush. You can certainly get that on the nose. And again, depending, this ex-Isla cask, it has an influence in the smoke as well. That lovely sort of seaweedy, sort of like a less grassy, but more.
It is
more
really
sort of smoky, like bacon-esque type effort.
It does have a bit of a bacon type to it, but I also do have a bit of a phenolic island style thing. Maybe it's the Isla cask, maybe it's not.
Yeah.
But it's. If I would have had that in the blind tasting and you would have told me anything beforehand, I would have said like 30 or something ppm. Yeah. It all depends on how you treat your malt. I mean, the 10 ppm just is the measurement in the malt usually, isn't it?
Yeah, and we don't measure it at the end either.
Yeah, nobody does. But it feels a little bit more like 10. So this is a, maybe I would say light to medium smoke. But it has to have that bourbon cask taste to it.
Yeah, all ex-bourbon casks. You know, the first fill bourbon casks as well. You know, that lovely sort of caramelly vanilla sweetness on the nose.
Now it goes more into charcoal chimney.
Yeah.
Before it was more like, for me it was more like phenolic and that Islay touch to it, and now it comes into a really chimney style whiskey.
And again, you want the smoke to be evident. You want the smoke to give you an idea of what's coming, but you don't want the smoke or the phenolic to overwhelm and to mask the fruity flavours that are coming. I can say that because I know what's coming, because Morvin is one of my favourites as well. It's my niece's name as well, Morvin.
Okay.
So Slàinte.
Slàinte.
Cheers. For me now, this has got that earthiness, like that malty organic. You know, it's like sometimes I can close my eyes and it's like sometimes I get like a stable, you know, that wet hay, that sort of, that lovely sort of strawy. Again, it's just the great thing about memories and experiences is you search for something that's inside your head sometimes, and you think, where have I tasted, where have I smelled, where can I recollect that experience from as well. So this has got a lovely earthy, malty sweetness to. Sometimes this is like a creme brulee in a glass for me. It's got that sort of vanilla custard, that sweet sugar, but there's a lot going on. For me, the back palate just sits on the smoke, puffs out, and the flavour can come back and forward. But the smoke is always evident, but it's not overwhelming the palate.
The smoke, I almost forgot about the smoke, because for me it's very, first I thought herbal, very herbal.
Yeah.
A lot of herbals, a little bit of spices. Then you said earthy, totally earthy. And now, you do have smoke, but the smoke is much less than you had in the nose. The nose was shouting 30, and the taste is shouting 10, 7, somewhere around there, 7, 10. But it's really, the nose was going like, oh, this is an Islay. The taste was going, this is a Highland. This is definitely a Highland, very heather, herbs, earthy touch to it.
That sort
a little bit of sweetness going on, but I think a lot less sweet than the Langskip, and a little bit less sweet and a lot less fruity than the Aurora.
I think the smoke cuts through the sweetness as well. You know, it gives you that opportunity to sort of search for the sweetness, but the smoke actually like lightens the sweetness, shall we say. But it's got that, you know, it's that sort of, again, honey, like a really floral honey sweetness I get from it as well.
Yeah, a little bit of floral heather honey, like this. Yeah, somewhere around there. But for me, it's overwhelming that everything in the nose, but when you have it in your mouth, it's really earthy. I like it.
A lot of people will come past the Wolfburn stands at shows and festival, and they say, I don't like peated whiskey.
Yeah,
I give them this.
Yeah, the thing is, if you have peated whiskey, there is a lot of variety in there.
There is.
You can have one of these typical heathery, honey, peaty thingies. Then you can have the total bonfire smoke. Then you have the medicinal ones. And then you have you with in the nose a little bit Islay style, but then you have herby in the and very interesting. It's just There's so much difference between smoke and smoke.
Yeah, and this is a great conduit. This is a great open door, especially for the Wolfburn stable. You know, pardon the pun, but when I talked about the stable and the straw and the hay and the wetness and the organic nature of it, this as a smoky expression in our core range, it just adds to the flavour profiles that people will come, and we're trying to give them different approaches. This is why this is so good.
Maybe it's the contrast to the long skip that we had before, but when you have it in your mouth, it's very, very round.
Yeah.
It's not creamy, but it's very, very round. Like, I would say like an apple juice.
Okay, it's got that sort of, that tartness, would you could sort of describe? Or
Yeah.
just a slight bit. But as we said, you know, it's what a whiskey does in your mouth. You know, that's you know, as much as the enjoyment as the nose and as the taste. It's where does it go? Where does it rise? Where does it fall? Where are the taste buds firing? What kind of taste buds are firing as well? And this is a nod to our heritage and our community. And it's great to be able to put, you know, the highest peak in Caithness on the bottle and shout from the rooftops or shout from the top of the hill, we are Wolfburn, you know, where fortune favours the brave again.
Oh, where fortune favours the brave, yeah, I like that one. Okay, where have we been with the people employed there? Which flavors are very important for the Wolfburn whiskey? What's your like?
Yeah, the DNA, as I said, it's got that. It has to have that fruity floral sweetness that comes through everything, which does that vibrancy, that lightness to it, that lovely banana and pear sweetness. And again, sometimes I get that. Like a little bit of maybe barbecued pineapple, that tropical fruit flavour as well. But that has to be what we're achieving through everything that we do, because we want a signature, we want a characteristic. And if we deviate from that DNA, that essence, all our spirit will be higgledy-piggledy, it'll be up and down. We want a solid line through everything that we do, so people can recognise that that's unique signature that is Wolfburn.
And totally different question about the sea wolf again. Why did you actually put the sea wolf?
We are next to the sea.
Okay.
So we're a coastal town. We look out over to Orkney from the beach at Thurso, and the Wolfburn is our water source. So the sea and the wolf really goes to well, and it's you know, we're quite visual as humans. You know, where we look at things and we're curious about things that we can't understand. The sea wolf is slightly different from a normal wolf. It's a mythical creature. So it drags people in. It pulls people to the stand or to the bottle because we're inquisitive. We're nosy as humans. We want to find out about, not just about the wolf, but about the spirit. And the great thing is, Wolfburn, 13 years old, a young distillery, but we're not on the sides of buses. We're not in glossy magazines. So a lot of the time people are experiencing Wolfburn for the very first time. And for us to get our claws and our hooks into them, we have to give them a great spirit. And with a core range of different flavours, there's flavours for everyone. We're casting our net wide.
Nice. Yeah, I really like it. I mean, as you said, you're casting your net wide. Yeah, there are these three that we just had. They are really different.
Yeah.
So the first one, like really nice with the sherry and very fruity in there. The second one, very sweet, very cask strength. And the third one, really a total shift to the smoky one. And the smoke is really not that typical one. I would say it's a mixture. A lot with the herbal, but a little bit with the islands. So so really going into a lot of different directions. I'm looking forward to seeing more age statements. And more different bottlings.
So am I.
And I'm really excited about the last bottling. So stay subscribed, and if you're interested in the Morvin, it is available on Whisky.com in the Netherlands and Belgium, and also in the United States. Shop on Whisky.com. So thank you very much for watching, and stay subscribed for the German special bottling. Thanks, and see you next time.